trying to see if I'm live here. If anybody can see me, just let me know. Well, let me see. Okay, I'm going to go back to my streaming software here. And hello everybody. I hope you can see this. I really don't know. This is the first time I've used it. I'm going to pull some dichroic cane. I'm going to make a pendant. And I'm going to pull some colored tubing. And that's kind of what I'm doing tonight. We'll see what else. I'll probably take a break at least and check out what I've done. This is the beginning of a lot of different streams I'm going to do just to boost advertising for shineglassworks.ca, which I'm about to launch. It should be open by tomorrow night, I'm hoping. There's already one pendant on the site. If anybody wants to go scoop it, they can be the first customer. Okay. I have this one. And I got big plans for this one. This will be one of Shine's famous honeycomb implosions, although no air access to it. Alright, back on track. So, a big part of my mission with making these pendants is to use up every tiny bit of usable glass that I can in my studio to try and throw as little away as possible. And it also means that I keep my material costs down and I can have really good prices on really nice work. As much as I want to make a lot of money, I really want everyone to have some of my work. So I have to try and keep it affordable for everyone. Which I definitely think I'm doing a good job of, considering how tough it is these days. The pendant I'm making right now probably retail for about $40. You might be lucky enough to get it in an auction as cheap as about $25 or $30. It's definitely a good idea to check out Canadian glass art auctions on Facebook. I post there at least once a day, if not 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm trying to attract a bunch of other artists to post there, so if that's you, please post some artwork for people to buy. Because that group is all just about connecting with customers that enjoy glass art and want to meet different glass artists. Seeing as how there's a little air bubble from where the beginning of the suction started when I was pulling that piece of tubing. That's where I'll cut it. And I'll still use that little bit that's left. You'd be amazed. Right down to tiny earrings I'm going to do. I just made a pair. They're kind of cool actually. I put them in my phone. Probably. That'll learn me otherwise. Tomorrow morning I'll do a broadcast from my other bench, which is currently a crazy mess. I'm gonna make that one a regular one when my bench gets bad. Clean your bench with shine. We'll have lots of fun. That's when I'll specialize in these little pendants and make quite a few of them, hopefully. So I'm just blowing the bubble out super thin. I need 6 or 7 mil rod. Actually, a 5 mil rod would be really excellent for this if you have it. I don't. I'm just gonna place dots all over the front, like slightly more than half. And it's actually pretty tricky to do this because the bubble is so thin. You really have to keep it as cold as you can the whole time. But it has to be warm enough the glass sticks to it. There's a secret to that though, is that it really doesn't take more than a fraction of a second for a paper thin bubble to warm up enough. There's no extra effort needed. This pendant should be almost clear wherever there's a dot. And then the color and fume will fill in around each dot. It'll be just like ghosted a little wherever there's a dot. Still with a tint, hopefully. So this is my first broadcast in this studio that's not on a phone. I hope. Check it out after I finish my work here. Switch hands so it's maybe a little easier for the camera to pick up. Getting those raised dots to sink in real nice and come together. Just not so fast that everything doesn't sink in together. I don't know if the camera's picking up the pattern, but I can see it. I'll try and give you a view of it as soon as I get it to coalesce. As soon as possible, I plan on recording all of my own music to play over these. I think it should be easy enough, that way I don't have to worry about the rights, because it's just shit I made up. Pardon my language, I'm going to really try and watch that. One of these days when I'm confident enough in myself, maybe I'll click the all ages button. Let everyone watch. So, I don't know if it's glowing too much, I think, see the pattern just yet. But there is a really nice, like, deep pattern in the pendant. I'm going to wait a second and see if it cools off enough to show you. Grab a sip of water here. Well, the glow is starting to fade a little bit. I'll wait a moment longer. It's just starting to be cool enough to show, but I want to keep working, so that's as far as we're going to go with that. Next time I have a broadcast, I'll include the kiln show and tell. Pop the bubble. There's a little bit of air inside this piece, and I'm going to get rid of it in this next step. Remove all this stuff off the back here. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Right after dinner, I watch myself. I'm really quite a refined individual. Speaking of being refined, I saw this Van Gogh art exhibition this week that blew my mind. It was a 3D, well, it was a video broadcast in a three-dimensional architectural space with all of his work all over the walls and giant pillars on the floor. And it was, some of it was animated. It was quite incredible. I think it's called Beyond Van Gogh. If you get the chance to see it, I really highly recommend it. Okay. I think I like the shape of this so much, I'm not going to mess with the indentation that's in the back, I don't think there's really any problem with it. I'm going to go on to the next stage. When it's cold enough, that'll be to put this on here, and I'll tap it, and it'll come off onto the other handle. It's all about the timing. Get it nice and lined up. A little bit left behind. I dislike that, but it happens. No trouble though. Just have to get that working in. There's not much more. Alright. Now we'll need a loop. So what are we going to do for a loop? Let's see. What do we have that goes with this? Okay. A little bit of internal twist chain. Hope this works. Everything I'm using was saved from cleaning my bench. That's stuck down very nicely. The next part is to get it welded in really nice. Keeping my rhythm's really important through this part. Small stuff moves around fast. I really just want to let it melt and melt and melt. Really cook in there. At a certain point here, I'm going to round out the bottom. Oh, I haven't started recording. Haha! Let's see if I'm recording now. Huh. I'm going to check something out before I get too far into this. Looks very clear, but it's not actually. Very interesting. I think it's that filter. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to check it out and see what's going on.